Get the cake right to the side sex. Leave the fire and the roof styles stuff set. Grind up and chasing the stars. From Millmore to Du Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like middlemen, hear the roar now. We're middlemen, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. From Millmore to Du Valley.
Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. I'm King Bush, your host. Tonight we're going to discuss another defeat, unfortunately. 3-0 to Huddersfield. In truth, it could have been more. I've got Bez with us. How you doing, Bez?
Hello.
We got Woody back with us. How you doing, Woody?
Fucking hell. I don't even know if I'm all right at this rate.
At least you can get the badge in, mate. Get the badge in, lad. And we got Tom with us. How you doing, Tom?
I just downed a bottle of bleach, so we'll see what happens next.
It's surely got to go, boys. Surely. We'll start with you, Bez. Thoughts on the game? I'll run through a couple of stats before I let you say. So we had 31% possession, 4 shots, 1 on target, 1 off target, no clear-cut chances created. We won 12 tackles, and we lost 3-0.
Well, before I go on to game, obviously I'm not going to change what I said about Amshaw. Didn't want him in first place. And obviously I was the one who, with Deep Barnsley, people were praising him, and you could just see in the performance. I mean, the Barnsley game, we got hammered and got a lucky, a great goal to be fair, but just a lucky win. What worries me is if you put yourself in Amshaw's shoes, right, I don't think he is going to get sacked, because if there's an inkling, if I'm the manager and there's an inkling that I'm going to get sacked, then I'd almost go out of my way to make sure I get that win to stay in a job. But the fact he brought on youngsters at the end, which, let's face it, not good enough. This is not good experience for him either. So I think
youngsters.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I
think good experience for him. This is putting them out to dry when you.
Yeah. So the reason he's done that is because I genuinely believe that he thinks he's not under any pressure, because he wouldn't do it otherwise. He would have, if he were desperate for a win, he'd have kept his first team was on. He'd have gone more attacking, and he didn't. So I don't think he's anywhere near sack. That's my first point. The game, there's not really a lot to say. Rinse and repeat. Did we create a chance? No, we didn't.
What were the formation? What was this? Did we have a plan? I don't think we had a plan.
Did we create a chance? We created no chances. That only shot on target was a long range shot by, I think, Jack Owens, which frustrated the goalkeeper. The worry for me is, Ken, what we were saying, and we all agreed with it like 2 months ago. Even though we weren't a big fans of Hamshaw, we could see that the players were definitely playing for him. They were throwing the bodies in the way. They were grinding out like wins, like 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins, because players were up for it. That is completely gone. Like the goal today, the second goal, where I think it's McWilliams, he just gives in. If you watch it, he gives in, and there kills a free shot and he scores. Oh well, he scored off at rebound. So even what Hamshaw had going for him has gone. These players aren't playing for him. I don't care what formation he plays. I don't care if he plays 3-1-6. This team is not playing for him. Doesn't matter. Play 4-4-2. Does not matter.
We know that. He's thrown a lot of the players under the bus, and if Evans would have done that, they'd have been going crazy. Let me just run through a few comments, because we've got quite a lot of comments coming in. Tom Brown, hopefully talking about a victory tonight. I think that was you, Tom, before we started. Liam Woody, get the badge in. Yeah, we both got the badge in tonight. more than the Rotherham team has. Miller's stand, game's never been more gone, lads. Kian Atete, one of the worst strikers I've ever seen. We'll get on to him in a minute because I thought he was awful, and I thought he actually didn't even try tonight. He half-hearted jogging. It was horrendous. Atete, the worst player I've ever seen. Another one on Atete. So quite a few people calling Atete out. You're not having our Harry Gray. You're going to ruin his career. I think we are. I think, yeah, we'll talk about Harry Gray after. But any striker, like I said, this will prove my point. Any striker that signs under a Matt Amshaw regime is going to be in a graveyard shift because he plays defensive football. Surely it's obvious he has run out of ideas and the players have no belief. Same system again tonight. In his interview as well, he said things have got to change, but he plays the same formation again.
Yeah, he said that, Lee, about like a defensive formation. I actually think that's got nothing to do with creating chances. Like, you can play a defensive formation and still create chances. It's nothing to do with that for me.
Surely it's obvious he's run out. Oh, I've just read that one. He brought in too many youngsters on to try and justify the loss. Yeah, that was at the end. He brought more youngsters on, and that's, you know, what his match after match is. Oh, we played a lot of youngsters. We didn't actually. I mean, they made 7 changes, and it looked like they were about 4 leagues above us.
Yeah.
In fitness, in passing. That's very, very sad, gentlemen. There, listen, boys. Said it once, say it again. It's only football. Up the Millers. Well, that was 95 minutes of my life. I'll never get black. John Blundell. We're with you on that one, mate. Only Jack Holmes who tried to run forward. Yeah, I agree. I thought he was terrible as well. I just think he's out of his depth at Football League standard. I think he's a non-league player. It's not his fault, but at least the one thing with Jack Holmes is at least you get efforts. He put more effort in than the World Cup boy, put it that way.
I agree with that. I agree with that, yeah.
Huddersfield never got out of first gear. Yeah, even the commentator was saying that they've got another 2 or 3 gears to go past. They said it was just embarrassing, wasn't it? Just sack him, please. That's Grundog. Yeah, totally agree. Pete Scott, evening, lads. I'm not joking. Dog and Duck would give us a game. Get him gone. I've seen enough. Baz, worst team I've ever seen since being a Miller, and that's over 40 years. I think Matt Amshaw goes down as our worst ever manager now, without shadow of doubt. Only Yearwood tried. Yeah, Amshaw signed Yearwood as well, and he's not really been playing him. And when he does play, he's always up there amongst one of his better players. That at least he tries, but he doesn't seem to get a proper start. No one followed the attacker, which cost us the goals. Yeah, everybody switched off. We can't afford another manager. That's why he won't get the sack. That's from Smurf. Nicky Holland, watching that week in, week out, nothing but depression. Get those Tony out flags and get them waved at the next home game. We need new people at this club from top to bottom. It really is rotten to the core and painful watching the club we all love crumble in front of our faces. And for me, I'm going to star that as the comment of the night because I totally agree with Nicky on that, if I'm honest. Dreading going to Stockport Saturday. Jack Holmes, Ayres, Atton not good enough for Maltby, never mind Rotherham. I'll ask you who give them players a contract because people say that Evans signed Holmes, but he had the chance to get rid of him in the summer because he was out of contract, and Matt Amshaw gave him a new contract, and we all knew that he weren't good enough then. Neil, it doesn't matter whether Amshaw is showing his P45. Who would take over the managers? No money, no ambition, no determination. League 2 beckons. That's not a reason to not sack a manager, though, in my view. But that's your opinion. What lacks luster? Game, no effort whatsoever. We were promised. That was the bare minimum was promised from Matt Amshaw. So that's not happened either. Woody, just you tell me your thoughts on the game. I'll go through a few more comments after, but you just give me your sort of thoughts on what you thought of that game, and do you think that Amy should stay?
No, I think he should be chucked on next bus. I don't even think he should be on the next bus home. But I don't think he'll get sacked because you won't go into a game to play like that. You go for a win. But I don't know. I think it was just shit, all round shit. We didn't have no threat up front. We passed ball around a few times, decent, but no, I don't think we did.
We didn't create anything. I thought we set up similar to how we set up every week, not to get beat heavily for me, and hope that we hit them on the counter attack. But we had no pace to hit them on the counter attack. I mean, Martha looks like a 12-year-old in a school playground running around with men. He's getting knocked off the ball. Jack Holmes were the same, just weak, pathetic. They bring on Lyndon Guchin. We bring on Ben Hatton. Need I say any more? Very true. Wayne Earl, hi Wayne. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Worst team in football I've seen since watching the Millers. Quite a few people have said that tonight. With the squad we have available tonight, what would you have done differently? I'll put that one to you, Tom. What would you have done differently with the squad available tonight?
Right, listen. I know what Shelley's getting at. Right. Tonight, what I watched was an utter disgrace. It was a disgrace. And it was an absolute get out of jail free card for our manager. What he should have done, and I said it last night, he should have gone strong. We're on a 7-game losing streak, right? So he decided to cover his ass by saying, oh, we're going to play kids. The arrogance of the man. The arrogance of it, right? Our fans that have gone there tonight, 120 of them, right? He has covered his ass.
They want the money back. The club should offer to give those fans the money back.
But Lee, he has covered his ass tonight by not.
He hadn't, in my view. He hadn't covered anything. Because in my view, I don't care what Rotherham United team goes out there. If we played the under-12s, the bare minimum I'd expect would be 100% commitment wearing that football shirt. And that's the manager's job. And he hasn't given any motivation. They're all looking at the ground. They don't want to be there. They don't want to play for him. He's a clown. He needs to get sacked. Listen, the first place I want to see a picture of that clown tomorrow is in the job centre. And then we'll laugh at him, pull his pants down and slap his arse. Because he doesn't deserve to be a football manager. Not of this club. He's a Sheffield Wednesday fan. They can have him. He can go and manage Wednesday. I don't want him at this football club any longer. He's an absolute clown of a man. Yeah? An absolute clown. Yeah? If he was a dog, he'd put him down.
Lee, what I would say is, right, Lee, he's set up to lose that game today, right?
He's set up to lose every game, though. We've lost 7 on the bounce.
I completely agree. But what I'm saying is,
we're playing like we played in the Championship, but we're playing crap League One sides and hoping we don't get beat. He's got no charisma. He's got nothing. The guy's got nothing. What is he offering? Tell me. Anybody that absolutely thinks, I don't care. That's not an argument. Nobody's going to take the job because people will take the job. If Tony Stewart gets his finger out of his arse and decides to put some money in, and I mean, if we sign Gray, that would be an unbelievable signing, yeah. And you'd have to praise the club on that signing. However,
Lee, sorry, just question for you, Lee. Question for you, Lee. Obviously, because we're all sat here and we're all really surprised that we're bringing in this wonder kid. Like, I can't believe it. Who do you think's bringing him in? Is it Matt Hamshaw or is it Rob Scott? Who's bringing that player in?
Well, it'll be Rob Scott, won't it? Rob Scott's got the contacts.
Yeah. You are confident.
They'll tell him a type of player he wants, and then obviously he's gone. Obviously, for some crazy reason, Leeds are going to let us ruin like we did with Martin Sharif. Matt Hamshaw is a shocking manager. Yeah.
He's not a manager.
Sharif was so highly rated at Everton. it is untrue. He come to us, he played him in a graveyard shift. He's got his Mr. Motivator six-pack man running him up and down fields, injured him, knackered him, and we've sent him back to Everton. And he'll go to another club like we did with George Hurst, like this football club does with loads of players that have had talent, they come to us, they look crap and go elsewhere and do well. That's what will happen. Atete will go to a decent team, score goals, play well, and we'll take Gray, we'll ruin him, send him back. The only thing I'm hoping is that Tony Stewart's on holiday. He's thought, shit, I need to get my hand in my pocket. I'm going to get Gray. I'm going to get a few players in. And then when I'm back on Thursday, I'm going to replace the manager. That's my hope.
That's what I think, Lee. I think that could happen, to be honest with you.
That's my hope.
You see, you know your point, right, about, and I agree with you, by the way, we seem to get these youngsters in before, like, they become decent players, and they fail. It doesn't actually matter who the manager is sometimes. You know, George Hurst was with a, you could arguably say, a decent manager in Paul Ward. Colton Morris, yeah. Now, do you know what I think an issue is at Rotherham United? I think it's the fans. I think Rotherham United fans, right? You know, if we get a player who's obviously good, right, but he makes a mistake or he like gives the ball away and it leads to a goal, I think Rotherham fans are so quick to say he's crap, and then the mind is made up and they can't change it. I honestly think that, and that's why
Jerry
Yates, yeah, that's why some of these players are actually decent, but when we had them, they didn't look very good. I think our fans are too quick to kind of dismiss players. I really do.
Lots of comments coming in, so I'll go through a few comments again. Remember, Evans was the problem and still getting the blame for it. Both captains tonight was signed by Evans. Says it all.
Well, it is Evans' fault, isn't it? It's Evans' fault. Like, we've lost 3-0 tonight. Yeah. Evans got it wrong, didn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be Evans. It's Evans' tactics as well. He's had no players. I mean, he's only signed 13, but we need to sign another 13, and then he might have his own team. I still think if given more time, there is a player in Jack Holmes. Another Amshore failure for me. That's from
Lee. Can I just say, I thought Jack Holmes was one of the very few that actually tried tonight.
Yeah, I've said that.
I agree.
I'll say that.
He's just not very good. He's just not very good. Like, I agree with you. He's just not very good.
He tried.
Yeah, he tried. But what I will say is what coaching is he had to make him better, because he looks the exact same player that we got from the non-league. Normally, when a club takes a player from the non-league, they improve him, they make him stronger, make him quicker. They do work with him. Looks like we've done nothing with him. And then just chucked him in a game and expect him to change it. Who is coaching at that football club? It's just a mate's act. Nickhoff says Neil Warnock. He wants Neil Warnock in.
Please.
His interview yet after game? No, we've come straight live, so we won't have heard it yet. He may have.
No, it'll be Tong that does the interview. I guarantee it.
Shelley says he's not sticking with Matt Amshaw, by the way. Just curious, how could have been different with injuries, etc. Well, apparently there weren't injuries. Some of them, he's rested them.
Has he said that? He actually said that, has he?
Yeah, he said he were always gonna have a mixture of youth and first team players because of an important game at the weekend. Didn't watch tonight because come out of the theatre. Just have a go, be brave, give it a go. Sound like they're down tools, need a change and freshen up. We were beat before kickoff, like our champions exit. That's a great comment from Ash. To be fair,
can I ask Ash a question? What did you go and see at the cinema, Ash? Because I bet it was better than what we watched.
I went to watch the new Nazim movie the other day. That was pretty good.
Giant. Piers Brosnan and that.
Yeah.
Come on, get on with this. Stop talking about Chuffing Phil.
Titanic, no hope, no fight, no team. watching non-league football week in, week out. The fans and the atmosphere at Wimbledon will be the final nail in the coffin. I think Stuart will have no choice. Mate, if he's still manager against Wimbledon, there's serious problems.
Yeah, agreed, yeah.
We need to stop blaming. We need to start blaming the players as well as the manager. Yeah, I do agree with just Sam. To be fair, these players are not getting a free pass for this. Some of these are a disgrace. They've down tools. Like there was no effort from Matete. There was no effort from McWilliams for me again tonight. I thought he were out awful. A few of them just absolutely terrible. You can understand it from players that aren't good enough. But some of these players are our first team players, and they're crap. I've supported United for 64 years, and I'm to blame for taking Bez to his first game. This is the worst season that I can remember in terms of lack of commitment. There is nothing left to lose. Yeah. So I think, Bez, is this the worst Rotherham United team you've seen?
I actually think it's hard to answer that. I think in terms of the worst team, I still don't know because I've still said
Danny team, and I think that were maybe slightly worse than the one we've got now. But
yeah, the quality of
New York, this is the worst team I've seen.
The quality of the squad. The quality of the squad is, I still believe, good enough to get top half. I still believe that. No, that's not necessarily saying that the quality of the squad is good, because I'm basing that on the rest of the league. And every time we've seen another team, they've been woeful. So it's not just about the quality of our squad. It's also about the lack of quality in the league. I agree with that comment earlier where someone said, you can't just blame the manager. You got to blame the players. I do completely agree. Once you step over that white line, I've said it before, you need to work hard, 100%. I get that instructions given to you might not be what you agree with, but you should still work hard. And these players aren't working hard. However, in order to get a player working hard, they need to be motivated. And who is responsible for motivating a player is the manager. That is a fact.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So people go on about, well, who else is going to do it because he's got no money, he's got nothing. Well, actually, he was given 13 players. He was allowed to re-sign Holmes, re-sign Kyoda. So he has had backing. Let's not pretend he hasn't. But even that season when we stayed up, and I think we had one of the worst squads I can remember under Warnock, we were terrible. And he came in and he didn't really make any signings, and he worked with what he got, and he motivated them players to be better. Yeah, work as a team. The formation was spot on every game, and we won games that we would never have won with any other manager other than probably Neil Warnock, because he was a level above. We're in this deep shit now that Tony Stewart has got no option but to overspend on a manager to get the right manager this time. We can't fail on the manager. We can't have an inexperienced manager. We've got to have a man that we know. When opposition fans see the appointment of the manager, they go, Rotherham's staying up now.
Yeah, agreed.
That's the type of manager we need to sign. Ash says Robbie Savage for him. Give him some power. Let him lead the club. Doesn't matter who we sign, they'll be injured in the first training session.
I'll tell you what, I would. No, I know this is going to sound cruel. I would laugh my head off, right, if we sign this grey kid and he plays 2 games and is injured. Honestly, I'd laugh my head off. I really would.
Positives, only lost 1-0 second half from Rue. I'm sure 17-year-old is what we need. Where we just play football, hoofing it aimlessly to a kid won't have a chance. And like I told you, it's the graveyard shift. So whoever goes up there is going to struggle. The players need to start looking at themselves after that performance. Can keep blaming Matt Amshaw for these performances, but we can blame him for the commitment because he's not motivating them. That's I think where we're at. Paul says 100% agree, Lee. Chickens on the loose. Hopefully you don't get a new manager before you play us. I hope we do. So I definitely hope we do. What manager are you going to get in? I don't care. Listen. I'll go and dig one of my old aunties up out of her grave. She'd do a better
you know what? I don't want this guy, but I'd take him because I can't stand Hampshire that much. I'd take Richard Wood. I really would. Like, it can't be any worse than this. Richard Wood.
No.
That's how desperate I am to get him out of the club.
Yeah. Rotherham fans hounded out one of the best midfielders of the club, Kevin Watson. Yeah, I remember that. Kevin Watson was an absolute baller as well. And for some reason, Rotherham fans didn't like him.
That's the example I was saying. That's an example I was saying that.
Yeah, that backs up what you were saying. Yeah, I agree with you with that. Heaven's fault, we sit in a low block for 90 minutes and create absolutely nothing. Mason Fullwood. What's Paul Hurst doing?
He's not in a job.
I will take anybody over that moron. Bradford want to keep him in. Amshore's done interview after game. Paul Davies has just started tweeting about it.
Brilliant.
Can you have a look at that thing? So he might be getting sacked tonight. Who knows?
Well, no. If he's done an interview, he'll not be getting sacked, will he? Because he won't have done an interview. I'll have a look quickly though.
Yeah. What about a punt on David Artell? I think you mentioned that, Tom, didn't you, David Artell?
I'll take
You've not played since New Year's Day. No one needs a rest.
Just quickly on the first two comments from Amshaw. This is what Paul Davies tweeted. First one is well below average, says Boss Hamshaw. Hopefully we'll have a few plays back on Saturday. Too many tonight. We're miles off it. That's what he said.
So just basically what it says every week. Everybody's a miles off it every week. If Amshaw gets sacked, I reckon he'll never manage a team again. Yeah, I totally agree. He'll probably manage some Rotherham Sunday League team, probably. I'd rather have Steve Bracknell at this rate than Hampshire. Ash says, operation, mate.
I think, is that the theatre he's on about now?
Yeah, that's the film.
He's been in the theatre for an operation.
Yeah, he's in the theatre of operation. I get it. He's all seen the film.
Sorry, mate. I hope you're keeping well.
Bloody hell, Tom. Oh, this kid's dying and Tom's saying, what film you seeing? Bloody hell.
It was an operation, Bez, wasn't it, in theatre?
Oh.
Appendicitis.
John Blundell says Warnock played round pegs in round holes. Every player knew their role in the team. Exactly. Another post of the night, Tom Swift. Gary Rowett is the only man who can keep us up now. Yeah, I agree with that. Whether we can attract him or not is the problem. Bloke in the top left thinks it's all about him. Yeah, it is all about me. It's the King Bush show. All about me. Don't like it. New York talk. New York talks for you. And where you Mrs. Knickers while you're watching it, mate. Everyone just feels stale. The team, the manager, the owner, nothing to be hopeful about. This is Cribs. So yeah, I think that's a good post. To be fair, wouldn't want Hurst disaster at his last two clubs. It is true. I've seen on social media lots of fans have cancelled their direct debits.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And this is the thing. Tony Stewart's a businessman. Surely that the fact that the fans don't want to watch this shit anymore, surely must be the cue to say, look, it's just not working, Matt. I'm sorry, but here's the bibs. Off you go.
Here's the bibs. You got to laugh, haven't you?
Well, you're going to laugh or you start crying, mate. I mean, we had the chat before we come on. I mean, we're all dreading coming on. We were like, why have we agreed to do this? Because it is just heart-wrenching watching our football club fall to pieces in front of his eyes. I mean, there's nothing. He's lost the players. He's lost the only thing that can save us now is a good manager appointment and a couple of good loan signings or whatever, just to give us a boost.
I still can't get over this signing. Like, you know, it's almost like a massive signing, and I just can't. Honestly, I'm almost speechless. I don't know how
I got told about this signing last week, and I'll send you the text message with a date on it. Yeah. I specifically didn't post it because I didn't believe it, because I know how highly rated he is thought of at Leeds. So I thought there's no way they are sending us him.
Right, let's try and work this out. Why are Leeds United making the decision to send their biggest prospect to Rotherham United? Like, what could be the reason? Is it because we're the localist team to them who've shown interest? Could be that. What is the reason?
I honestly don't know, because I know that there was rumours only last month that Man City were going to buy him for 40 million and give him a player as well. So God knows. But I mean, their fans are going fuming because they're saying, well, look at their XG, they create nothing. And the players are getting injured all the time. And it's a valid point. Why would you send him here? One, he's probably going to get injured. Two, he's not going to get any service. He's probably smashed and clattered. And three, probably our fans will call him crap after 4 games.
The thing is, I don't think
if he's getting managed off Matt Hampshire, he's clueless. So he won't even know where he's meant to play.
Do you know, right, is this a possibility then, right? Because, like I said, there's got to be a reason why they're sending him here. Have we said to Leeds United, right, can we have your player? I know it looks bad, but we're changing manager, but we can't do it just yet. Is that a possibility? Or have I just fantasized about that in my head? Because you're rightly, right? You said that there's a possibility that obviously Chairman was on holiday and he's not back in work until Thursday. So there is a small possibility that we're all waiting, because he's the one who signs everything out. I guarantee no one else in that club can make a decision and sign it off without him, right? So I just wonder if that is a possibility that we've said to Leeds, but it looks bad. Do you agree that is a possibility, or do you think unlikely?
No, I think it's a possibility. I do.
Okay.
I've thought it for about a week. I think once Tony Stewart comes back, he probably doesn't even know that we're on a 7-match losing streak. And then as soon as he gets wind of that, he'll be like, what's going on? But he's a bit wet behind the ears. Yes, that's it, boys. Broke my tibia, my knee, and ACL, but I'd run more than them buggers. Oh,
was it a good film, Ash? Was it a good film, Ash?
Best wishes, asshole.
Was it a good film? Did you say best?
Yeah, was it a good film? Yeah. I've seen that film before. Broke my tibia, my knee, and ACL. It's a good film, that.
Woody said his phone died just like the club, so obviously.
Do you like that song?
His phone died. Hopefully a new manager plays 4 at the back, because I can't watch this 3 at the back anymore. He needs some minutes and some experience. He's only 16, so maybe it's because it's local. We were getting 40 million and Phillips back from Man City for him. Harry Gray has only got played once for Leeds. His brother played 40 times for Leeds at the same age. But if you talk to people in the Leeds United Academy, they reckon that he is better than his brother. So that's the word on the street. Harry Gray is brilliant for his age, probably better than Archer. He's not getting games in the Prem with where we are. We need experience. Rotherham will 100% kill the poor lad.
Carry on, mate. It's just a joke.
Well, we've got a laugh, haven't we? So let's quickly talk about the game before we get into the rounds of. What about this one for you boys? Ross Burberry is the manager.
He'll get them fit. They'll be that fit that they'll be all in hospital.
Carry on, mate.
Yeah, but the players, this is the thing, though. This is the myth. They look way fitter than us today.
I know, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Lee.
You should accuse him.
And Dave,
what the
they were up for it. They were up for it. They were massively up for it. They were massively up for it. They kept going for it. quick throws.
You say that, Tom.
Passes.
You say that, Tom. Right? It looked like they weren't massive up, but they weren't. I think they just did the basics, and that were it. Like you said there, that when they got the throw, they went to quickly take it. Every club who wants to win a game does that. So I actually think they just did the basics. I mean, we just looked lost. I don't know if you noticed, the formation when we were defending, as in they had possession at wall, was 5-3-2. And the left back, poor lad, with bloody Jack Holmes, he was playing left back tonight. And the right back was Clark. I mean, honestly, that Clark, right, I actually don't rate him. But to put that Clark up against that kid, who obviously were really good, and I get that. We might not know about that kid. So I get it. But why not after 20 minutes change it or take to someone to Agber Lenny, just cover him because he struggled against that winger. Nothing happened. He got beat 3 or 4 times. I think all goals came from his side as well.
Well, Bez, at one point, Jordan Hugel stepped into right back to deal with him.
I know he did, yeah.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Just want to make an apology, guys, as well. Obviously, I've got a few messages of people trying to watch it on X. I've only selected YouTube and Facebook, so it isn't live on X, unfortunately. It's my mistake, that one. I didn't select it on this stream. So if you are wanting to watch it, it is on Facebook and our YouTube channel. Unfortunately, it's not streaming to X at the minute.
Well, I can add it for you. I can add it now if you want.
Yeah, add it now if you can. Yeah. You can add it now.
I think you just do that. Yeah. I've done it. Yeah, I think I've done it. Yeah.
It's done it. Yeah. So we are on X as well now. Sorry about that, guys. So on to the game. So obviously we conceded early, but that was ruled off. It was offside, to be fair. And then we conceded on the 36th and the 41st minute, so 2-0 at half time. But we never looked like getting into the game, did we, really?
No, again, look, my review of the game, to be fair, as I said at the start, it's very similar to every other game. We didn't set up right. We didn't look like we wanted to win the game. I mean, if you ask I'm sure he'll not say this, but it did look like we were trying to hang on to a 0-0 and go for on penalties. That's what it felt like. You had a comment earlier who said something like, well, what would you have done? Oh, Shelley, what would you have done differently? Well, if you look at that starting 11, you've got 2 strikers playing that game who are experienced and should definitely be good enough at this level, okay? Bear in mind, this wasn't a League One game. It was an EFL Trophy game, which no club generally is interested until they get to later stages, right? So if you've got 2 strikers who are good enough, these strikers are championship strikers in their day, right? You can win that game. The reason why they didn't get involved in the game, and I get Atete, I agree with you, Lee. He did look lazy, didn't get involved, but still, the balls up to him were nowhere near him. Jordan Hugel, I think he won a couple of headers, including a couple of flick-ons, right? Apart from that, I don't remember the ball going into his body at all. I don't remember it going into his feet. I don't remember it going onto his head and he got flicked on, apart from the odd time. The balls just kept getting cleared down the lines, and Hugel and Atete aren't runners. It's not rocket science. They are not runners. So why are we knocking down wing every time?
I saw our players as well, just whacking the ball up front to nobody.
That's what they were doing. Yeah. Panicking.
You saw the passing that Huddersfield did. It was like men against boys. They were just passing it through us. And for me, the game could have finished 5 or 6, and we couldn't have complained. Loads more comments again. Given the club's current position and state of the club, who is a realistic target for the manager, lads?
Let's not go through this again. We've named like 10, aren't we?
Agber was all over the place and not in a good way. Yeah, he looked awful tonight, Agber. He was out of position. He looked terrible.
He's not going to be fit, is he?
Your thoughts on Agber? Well, he should be. He's been fit since Christmas. We just haven't been getting in team.
Is that right? I didn't know that. Again, I didn't know that. If that's true, then fair enough. I didn't know that. When he was on squad today, I thought, hey, he's not injured. That was my first thought because I didn't know.
Yeah,
that
he's not been injured for a while, mate. I just don't think he's been getting selected again.
So he's another player then. What was coming looked all right. Looks like he's got potential, and we've ruined him. Is that what you're saying? Right.
Yeah, we've ruined him again. Yeah, that's the film boys broke to be a man. I have no idea what's going on about this film, man. Like, I'm totally lost with it. Has he broke his knee or what?
No. So Lee, I'll explain, right? So he said that he'd been to the theatre. So Tom said, all right, what have you seen, right? What have you seen? Thinking he'd seen a film or a show or something. And it turns out that he's been in theatre having an operation on his leg. That's what it is.
What I said. Yeah. I hope he gets a speedy recovery. So he has. Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, I look at Ash. He's obviously into his motocross with his profile pictures. I'm assuming he's had a motorbike accident.
Yeah,
anyway.
See, John. Just on this, John. Again, you're right. I know he only made one comment, but Adam was saying again in our chat about Hugo and that. I thought Hugo was one of the players who actually worked a little bit hard. He won a couple of headers. Yes, he did give the ball away, but everyone gives the ball away. And, I don't understand how people can have a go at Hugo, especially when you've got a Tete who's far worse. And if you ignore corners and free kicks, can anyone name how many crosses we got into the box? I bet it were no more than 2, right? And Jordan Hugo is someone who attacks crosses, or that's what he's had a career on. And we just never do it. We never get down the line.
Apparently, as well, we're paying $4,000 a week of Etete's wages. Apparently, it's $8,000 a week in Cardiff.
Again, I was saying actually again another group chat today. So obviously, there's a lot of question marks about why have Rotherham not sent back Keanu Tete. Now, as I've said before, there are a lot of loan deals are different. Every loan deal is individually different. Now, the only reason I can think of as to why he's not gone back is because we've not got a say in going back, right? Only Cardiff have, and I reckon we're paying the highest wage that Cardiff can get for him. So they're not going to take him back. Why would you? Because they can get him out on loan, but that other team's not going to pay what we're paying. So we're stuck with him. I think we're stuck with him, unfortunately.
But he's not being backed. He's doing it with his hands tied. All right, lads, generally can't be arsed anymore. Joshua, I think we all feel like that. I generally think I'd score about 10 past us at the minute. How has Marty started the last 9 games? He is dreadful, bounced about like a pinball again. But Paul Davis told us, just enjoy him while we can, boys, because there's a big bid coming in from Malta next week. Jesus, mate, he is awful. He looks like
that is a good right. So Marta's played, I think, every single game for, like, as he said, 9 games. But why is Hampshire persisted on playing him? Like, what's the reason? He's done nothing. He's created nothing. He's always took ball. I don't understand why he's playing. Like, why is Hampshire playing him? Like, what's the reason?
I don't know, but he's certainly not. He certainly shouldn't need to worry about getting injured because he's not going to get picked for World Cup anyway. I mean, he's not going to get a game, is he? He never got a. He was mainly sub all the time, wasn't he?
Just the only other comment. The only other comment, by the way.
It's a bigger rebuild than I thought upon the caliber of youngsters. Well, I said this at the very start. The caliber of our youngsters are just not good enough. You can't expect to produce great youngsters at this football club when the academy is awful. It's a category, what? Is it a 3 or something? It's horrendous.
Just to carry on, Lee, Paul Davis has tweeted another I'm sure comment. He just says, oh, yes, Evos, but I'm sure he's refusing to comment on Harry Gray to Rotherham on loan. And then Paul Davis replies to himself saying, I think that's an encouraging sign, could have knocked it back. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Oh, mate, he's a buddy. I don't know about Miller Bear Miller Bear would have done a better job. He'd definitely do a better job than Paul Davis, man. He's an absolute spunk bubble. Miller Bear for manager. Yeah, you're right, mate. Thanks, though, boys. Always a good watch. Cheers, Ash. Thanks for watching.
Cheers,
Ash,
Yeah.
get better, mate. Get better.
Yeah,
Get better with your tibia and that
speedy
shit.
recovery, because I think we're going to need you, mate. You're going to have to play up front next month. Hugo has no service at all. It's like asking the impossible.
Correct.
Oh God, I'm ready to die as well. Most of our players couldn't cross the road. Very true.
Correct.
They cross the road.
They couldn't cross the road, John. I don't think the players want to be at the club.
Correct.
Yeah, I think he's lost the players, definitely. Does anybody disagree with that?
No. Lee,
I agree.
The body language tonight was utterly, unbelievably pathetic, right? Sam Todd, right? Sam Todd, who is the Rotherham United media guy, whatever, right? He is like Joseph Goebbels in World War II, right? He puts a spin on everything. Bless him. And he was trying his best. Oh, well, they passed the ball correctly this evening, which is great. And all that sort of stuff. And honestly, I believe the players have gone.
I will say one thing about this football club. I think Sam Todd gets quite a lot of unfair stick because I think he's a young lad. I don't know him personally, but I think he gets a lot of unfair stick because I think he's working around a shit show with a limited budget on what he can and can't do. And I think
That's
he
what
does
I
try.
meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think he does try his best. I feel sorry for the kid, to be honest.
He does. But what I'm saying is he can't believe what he's saying. That's what I'm saying. He's getting paid by the club, and he has to say these things. And I feel
he's a Rotherham fan. I can confirm he's a Rotherham fan through and through.
Of course, absolutely. He is. Of course he is.
I'm sure's interview, I would have liked to have gone stronger, but every player tonight are my only fit players. So this is baffling. So he told us before what was it? Who was playing? What got called off? The first one, not the Bradford one. The first one.
Mansfield.
He told us that Nombe was going to be back for Mansfield. So now he's still not fit here tonight. He said in the pre-press conference he was going to be fit. He's a chance of starting at Bradford. But now tonight, he's nowhere near it. What's going on? And what I'm going to say about Rotherham United fans is, and I'm going to praise each and every one of you, because we're sat here on a Tuesday night after being spanked by Huddersfield 3-0, and we've got several hundred people on this live, and it is absolutely, we all deserve a medal, because that is unreal, because that shows if the team don't care, the manager don't care, I tell you something, these fans care. And that's why we're on here. We're all venting the best way we know how. But yeah, it's fantastic that the fans are really, they care. Ash says they wouldn't even try to. Admin just posted the post-match after an hour, the useless CUNTs. Harry, we are shit, could play for months of Sunday and not score. Category C Academy, yeah, that's the one. So what are you expecting to produce from a Cat C Academy?
No, we don't do it. We produce one half-decent player every 5 or 6 years. Obviously, we've had Ben Wiles, you've had Jerry Yates, you've had, I can't think of anyone else, to be honest with you.
Chris Sedgwick.
Yeah, that was years ago. I'm only talking last 10 years.
All right. Calm yourself down. Side games manager. I won Champions League with Rotherham on Football Manager. Mate, you got as much credentials as Amy. You don't
understand, Lee. That where Amshaw's CV. I'm convinced he put on his CV that he'd won Champions League with Rotherham on Football Manager, and that's how he got a job. I'm convinced.
So apparently Paul Douglas clearly does watch us, as he said, if the players aren't playing for the manager, then they would need to think of a change. So when did he say that? Has anybody seen that?
Oh yeah, Paul Douglas said it. He said he did mention something about the players down tooling, didn't he? Like I think he asked the question. He said, "If the players are down tooling, then I can't see," or something like that. He said.
Yeah. Ash says, "Listen, I'd get a contract like this, wouldn't I? Yeah, mate, you're probably fitter than half the players. You sat in an hospital somewhere after surgery
in the theatre."
Sam Todd does the best he can and apparently works really hard. He's a fan like us. Yeah, that's what I've said.
Yeah,
Tom,
agreed. Agreed.
I've got no bad words against Sam Todd. I think if people are singling him out at any stage,
I don't think people are though. To be fair,
I do see. I have seen it a few times on X and stuff. A few people calling him, but for me, I think he does the best he can in very difficult circumstances at the minute at this football
Lee, I just want to say about Sam Todd. He is paid by the club. Obviously, to be fair to Sam, he can't say what
his views opinion.
He can't. They'd sack him. End of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what, lads, not 14 worse than us in the league. I hate to say it, but I just don't see 4.
You say that, I disagree with that, though. I would argue that there's not really been a lot of teams who look far better than we do. Like, they get the result.
I wouldn't say that at the start, but now the players have down tools. I kind of agree with him because we look awful now.
I know, but we've still got the same. We've still got the same players we had 2 months ago, where we were unbeaten for 9 games. Your players just don't turn crap overnight.
Yeah. He's lost the players, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
People will slate Evans, but no way would his teams lose 7 on the bounce and be in the bottom 3 at Graham. That's Dross. That is a great post from Lynx Miller, actually. I'm going to star that as well, because that's actually true. I do never see us losing 7 games on the bounce and being in the bottom 3 under Steve Evans. No chance. He wouldn't allow it. No, bouncing players off the walls, mate. No sympathy. Keep Burberry, but cries about injuries. Brilliant post, Joshua. Totally agree with you, mate. Paul Douglas clearly doesn't watch us, as he said that if. Oh no, he doesn't watch us. I said he does. Yeah, my bad. Baz is right. Yeah, he clearly doesn't watch us because the players aren't playing. Whether we go down or not, I'll not renew my season ticket. This Hampshire Road show needs to end now. Sad times to be a Rotherham fan. I have a season ticket and had one for years. Used to go home and away, Portsmouth on a Tuesday night, etc. Now I feel like it's a chore to even go to an home game, and that is really sad from Hazard UFC. And I think we all feel the same. I mean, I get rated because I'm just not. I mean, me and Tom went to the Blackpool game, and I said coming out of it, I'm not paying to watch a Hampshire team anymore. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I did it last season, Tuesday night away against Leyton Orient, and we go and lose 1-0 or something. It's terrible. Like, even under Evans, it was bad last year. Worst team in my 42 years of watching. That's Adam White. So yeah, even he's saying it's the worst team he's seen in 42 years. I think this is as bad as the team under Danny Bagara that I saw, where I had Steve Cherry in goal. Apparently he watches the podcast. I've seen him commenting on our Big Steve Cherry. If you want to come on, we'll get you on, mate. We'll probably get you a game next week if you want, because keeper's crap and all. If Big Boy stays, can't see us scoring another goal. Never mind getting a point or a win. I like how the Big Boys kind of stuck to it now.
Well, so actually, if you go on, you should check yourself, Lee. If you go onto Twitter, right, and go to the Rotherham page, and then go to where it says basically Rotherham have lost Huddersfield like the final whistle, and someone's put a photo of Amshaw and saying something like, "Get on your way, Amshaw," and he's holding some bib from Bibs. He's holding him. He's quite.
It has stuck. I think we do have to get some T-shirts, mate, to be honest, and we'll wear them.
I thought you were doing. I thought you said you were doing.
Yeah, but mate, I've got such a busy life, man. He also said in the interview it's time to change things. You have to play for the badge, and they aren't. So he's called the players out again. but you have to manage for the badge, and you're not doing that either, mate. It's his job to motivate him. He can't blame the players. It'll be 8 on the spin on Saturday. Yeah, because we've got Stockport Saturday. That'll be a tough game. Sad to see him blame the players post-match. Would have liked him to take some responsibility. Throwing young lads on the bus makes no difference, but have some morals. Yeah, and I mean, that's a great post from Danny, to be fair, because that's what Steve Evans were always accused of, throwing players under the bus. He's a nasty, angry man, blah, blah, blah. Matt Amshaw says it. Nobody says anything. He's thrown players under the bus left, right, and centre. He's not taking any ownership for this crap that he's serving up week in, week out. That's what's getting me. I went to the with a mate. The crowd was rocking, and the standard of football 10 steps forwards. Shows how far we've fallen. It's sad. The issue is, Tom, that is the only game of football I would say this season that we've played well in. I can't remember another game. Even the game we won at Barnsley, we didn't deserve to win it. We played one good game all season. It's not good enough. Agreed, Lincoln. We're up there. Go on, sorry, mate.
I think Hammy's gone tomorrow. I genuinely believe that. I think he'll be gone.
Let Tom explain why you think that.
Yeah,
because I mean the body language of all the players on the pitch tonight, the tactical the substitutions, just going through the motions of getting battered. As a business, you cannot put up with that. That is mental.
I think the telling sign is people are staying away. People don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
so as a businessman, that will have an impact.
Tom, you know what you just said? I actually 100% agree, right? 100% agree. The reason why I think you can't use that as a reason as to why you could get sacked tomorrow is because those reasons, I thought the exact same in the last game. I thought the exact reason the game before. So why would this game it happen when it's been happening for weeks? That's what I would say.
Bez, I completely agree, but we can't go, and I think you said it before, we can't go that many losses in a row. And we all watched that tonight.
We're on 7 now. We're on 7, and he hasn't been sacked yet.
7, right? So we all watched that today. Them players, most of them were just wandering about the pitch. Like, oh, here we go. We've got to play for Rotherham, sadly, which I think was utterly lamentable and pathetic. And even when it cut to Big Boy on the sidelines, he didn't even look bothered. I think he wants to get sacked for a payout. Honestly, I do. Because as Bushy's said in the past, he's actually a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Yes, his dad's a Rotherham fan. Whatever. Look, it makes no odds. We're just Rotherham United, aren't we?
I'm going to go through some comments, then I'm going to ask you for your man of match, then we're going to wrap it up. Obviously, I don't really want to wrap it up because the numbers are going up and up and up, but I do want to get some sleep. I've got an early start tomorrow. So, so we were only coming on for half an hour. We've nearly done an hour now. So, so I'll go through these comments. Sorry, Lee. I meant the Lincoln ground was having a night out there and watched Lincoln versus Stevenage at Sinsel Blank. It's an old school ground and they had a great atmosphere. The Big Boy post was done by Josh Urey. Said it was him that done that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
A lot of players I've inherited in the first couple of minutes. He battered the players.
Yeah, well, he does every interview.
He signed 13 players. It's no excuse. Not many managers. Didn't catch the game. How did James Clark play? I'll leave that one to you, Bez. How did you think James Clark played?
He just struggled. I felt sorry for him because I'd say that Huddersfield's best player. Yeah, Huddersfield's best player on the night. I don't know how good he is normally. He was their best player at night, and he was playing left wing, and he just basically ripped him every time he got the ball. He went past him. Clark was getting no support. He was getting no support.
What I'm saying is, That winger that played for them, he had 1 foot. All he needed to do was take 2 steps to the side, stop him going on that foot, and he had no other foot. So he wouldn't have done anything. But that's experience. He ain't got it, has he? So he just got rinsed. Maybe Woody should have lent something in his ear to tell him how to defend a bit. Tried his best, but was up against a very good winger. Big Boy will probably join Warney as a favour. That squad and set up tonight screams sack me. Paul Davis went to town on Evans, but not a peep about Matt Amshaw. Totally agree. The media have been an absolute disgrace, by the way. Nobody's calling this crap out. Radio Sheffield, when they did the interview with Paul Douglas, nothing about what we've been served up on a regular basis this season. No questions really, other than is his job safe? But nothing about the run we're on, nothing about the lack of chances we're creating, nothing about real in-depth why are we having these injuries. It's just not bad luck. It's horrific. We are going to be back on Thursday at 8 o'clock for Bez's new show, which started last
week. Yeah.
So Bez, just tell us a bit about what you're going to be discussing on Thursday's show.
So the new name, we're going to call it Miller's Midweek or Midweek Millers. What we're going to do actually for a poll to see what people prefer, and we'll go with that. We will probably talk a little bit about the Huddersfield game. We'll talk a little bit about like Hampshire and what's happened in these next 2 days, because I'm sure something will happen. Will we sign that kid? I don't know. That'll get discussed. We will also preview the Stockport game, and I can confirm we have got a Stockport fan who will be joining us, who has his own podcast, which is called it's something Danny Vergara, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's what?
Something Danny Vergara, isn't it?
Yeah. Hats off to Danny Vergara or something like that and it looks like a good podcast. So we've got him joining us. Yes, it should be a good one. Not looking forward to it because it's just going to be a defeat, isn't it, on Saturday?
And obviously, if there is any breaking news and Matt Amshaw does get sacked, we will do an instant reaction to that. We'll go live as an emergency sort of live for that. If he does get the sack, for me, he's got to go. We can't endure any more of this. My mental health can't take any more of this. I don't know about you guys, but it's soul destroying. So. Yeah, thank you to everybody again in the chat. You've been absolutely fantastic. Got record numbers again watching us, which is unbelievable. Now Bez decided to turn Twitter on because I'd forgot to put it on Twitter. But yeah, mate, just a mad rush today. But thank you to everybody for watching. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? You need to subscribe. The show's all about me, don't forget. So subscribe to it's about these guys, it's about you guys, it's about Rotherham United. So we're putting on extra shows for you. There's going to be more content coming. So people might not like us, people might like us, but we do as best. That's all we can do. Thank you.
Keep the positive comments coming. I really like reading them personally.
Yeah, so I have been getting some really nice comments into my inbox from supporters thanking us for what we're doing on here, and I've been putting it in our group chat, and it really, because as daft as it sounds, and I know people say, oh, it's just football, you're grown men, but it does affect his mental health, this crap that we're going through, what we're watching, and then you're at work every day, you feel down in the dumps, and some people's comments can actually lift you.
Really nice. Yeah.
So I posted it to the guys, some messages that had been sent to my personal inbox, and I shared it in the group WhatsApp, and it really cheered the guys up today, seeing you guys comment. So it does mean a lot to us. We do get a lot of stick, especially me, but I can handle it. Leave these guys alone. If you want to give your stick, vent it at me, I can take it. I'm old enough to take the stick, so don't worry about it. It's not going to upset me, whatever you say. But like I said, these guys just love Rotherham United. Why else are we here at 10 o'clock? I mean, my missus is going to kill me because I said I was going on
Same.
not long. But there you go. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you again at 8 o'clock on Thursday, unless Amshaw's being sacked. And we'll always finish with up the Millers, boys.
Up the Millers.